Hello, my name is Rebecca, and I will be presenting to you my Week 5 assignment for debate with discussion topics of police, universal basic income, and prison labor. Hope you enjoy. Police. Claim. Completely abolishing police would not be beneficial to society due to the power vacuum it would create. The answer is instead reform. Grounds 1. While police violence is a massive issue in the United States, we still need a form of law enforcement. Policing has been proven to decrease crime, as stated by the Harvard Law Review article provided down below. There are significant issues with how they do police, such as stop and frisks, but completely abolishing them is not the answer. Stop and frisks are used by law enforcement to stop someone if they have a reasonable suspicion that a person has committed a crime or is about to commit a crime based on specific facts and circumstances. This has led to rampant racial profiling in its enforcement since an overwhelming majority of those stopped are Black or Latino. In 2024, 60% of those stopped were Black, 31% were Latino, and only 6% were white. Grounds 2. The institution of policing should be reformed and not eliminated. There should be an addition of services like mental health services to be dispatched in certain situations. For instance, a counselor, if someone with schizophrenia is having an episode, would be significantly better than one or more armed police officers were to arrive. While an armed police officer is trained on de-escalation, the person in the mental health crisis does not see them as a safe person to trust, given the weapon and the history of police violence in this country. A trained counselor would be much better suited for this situation since they are trained to work with someone with mental health issues. Impact and conclusion. Abolishing the police would create a power vacuum and leave room for a more imminent danger for citizens. While the police are a massive problem in the United States with the unanswered for deaths of many civilians and the racial discrimination and things such as stop and frisks, there needs to be an institution of law enforcement. The answer is not to completely abolish the police, but to reform it and create more specialized jobs for people that would respond to 911 calls. UBI. Claim. Universal Basic Income, UBI, is a benefit to society due to its positive impact on recipients' health and the quality of life, as well as stimulating the economy by freeing up money for people to spend. Grounds 1. In a pilot program done in Finland from 2017 to 2018, the government gave a random group of qualified individuals a basic income allowance of €560 a month with no penalty if they took up employment. The results from this were that the recipients had better mental health, less mental strain, more financial security, and more of a feeling of autonomy. There was also a marginal increase in employment. Some of those on UBI did not get jobs because there were still no available jobs in the area they were qualified for. The UBI has been used in some cases simply to buy medicine needed by recipients and could be used to help someone pay off student loan debts. This would also help boost the economy since that person would have more disposable income to stimulate the economy. Grounds 2. UBI is a great start to improving the lives of those, particularly close to the poverty line, but would be beneficial to everyone. There should be a cap on it based on income. I believe that $300,000 per household would be a fair cutoff because at that point, the household is well above the poverty line. I do not believe that just because someone is above the poverty line, they should not receive the UBI. This could be used to keep a household that is $1 above the poverty line in the same situation as before. There should be a large buffer between the cutoff and the poverty line to ensure that the person could successfully pull themselves out of poverty or at the very least live an easier life. Impact and conclusion. The UBI could be extremely beneficial to society since it could help with basic needs like buying medicine and paying off student loans, as well as improving mental health and quality of life. The positive impact has been seen in pilot programs such as Finland, India, and Brazil. The goal of UBI is to lift recipients up out of poverty if they are in poverty and to improve the lives of everyone who receives it. Prison labor. Claim. Forcing incarcerated individuals to work for next to nothing is a form of modern-day slavery and should be stopped. Grounds 1. The establishment of prison labor can be traced back to around the abolition of slavery. After the 13th Amendment made slavery illegal, but allowed convicted criminals to be used as slave labor, laws were implemented to target Black people so they would be arrested at higher rates and still used as slaves. Slavery in the United States should be illegal in all forms since no human deserves to be a slave to another. Grounds 2. Private prisons, or for-profit prisons, are a dangerous matter given there is an incentive to arrest and sentence people and keep them in longer to work for next to nothing. This is a dehumanizing practice as it strips the person of the benefit of their work and is instead passed on to the for-profit prison shareholders. Prisons should be run as nonprofit because no one should be making money off the backs of another person's punishment. The government should run prisons, not private equity firms. If there is a profit to be made off incarcerating people, there is an incentive to arrest and convict people as well as keep them incarcerated as long as possible. Grounds 3. While the idea of person in prison paying back dues to society is a great idea, it should not be done at the cost of slavery. If someone in prison does work, they should be paid for it like anyone else. There can be an implementation of fines associated with prison time that someone's pay could be sanctioned and the victims could be repaid. Impact and conclusion. Forcing prisoners to work for next to nothing is modern slavery, and the exception for it being used as punishment for a crime should be removed from the 13th Amendment. Slavery is a violation of human rights. There is a way that convicted criminals could pay restitutions to victims of their crimes through fines added to sentences, but not through slavery. The for-profit prison industrial complex should not be profiting off the backs of severely underpaid workers under the guise of helping those less fortunate. Thank you for listening to my debate topics, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.